En México hay más de 35 millones de personas que se vieron forzadas a autoemplearse porque no pudieron encontrar un empleo en otro lado. 70% de estos autoempleados son madres solteras que tienen que mantener a sus familias. En 90% de los casos, estos autoempleados ponen negocios que no son rentables y mueren en menos de un año. A pesar de que generan 7 de cada 10 empleos del país, su situación de vulnerabilidad está teniendo un impacto muy nocivo sobre la estabilidad social y la estabilidad de México. Esto puede cambiar y puede cambiar en nuestra generación.
Gabriela, bienvenida.
Gracias.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Enrique. I was also raised by a single mom. And in a way, this is why I decided to start Prospera, and this is why the story I'm going to share with all of you is so close to my heart. I'm sure it's going to be close to your heart and will bring you some of the memories of why do we do what we do. So as a Mexican, growing up in this country, one of the most unequal countries in Latin America, is a very frustrating reality. In Mexico, 48% of the GDP is controlled by 0.2% of the businesses. Growing up in this situation made me feel really frustrated that there was so little I could do, that I was tiny, and there was very little I could have to do to change my reality. But then I started really thinking about this. Why are other countries that do not have this situation? What are other countries that are a lot more equal? What's going on in Mexico? I realized that 7 out of 10 jobs in the country were created by single moms like Lupita. Were created by single moms that could not find a traditional job and decided to start their small businesses from home. People like Lupita that really wanted to provide for their kids, that really wanted to provide and also take care of their kids, and that could not find an alternative that could let her do that, both from home and also in a profitable way. I started looking at Lupita's story and realized that in order for her to be successful with her business, she needed to deal with 17 different government organizations. She started producing salsa, the ones that we see on the stores, because that's what she saw the neighbors were doing. But she wanted to do it the right way. So not only she had to deal with these 17 different government organizations, she had to also, by herself, deal with 64 different suppliers. She had to go door to door to try to sell her salsas herself. She even took a loan. But a year later, she had to close her business because she was never able to be profitable. What was her option? Her option was to find a job at a maquiladora. But as you all know, since 2008, these maquilas jobs are less and less attractive. And of course, she believed that if she was able to find the right products in the right market, of course she was able to start a business from home and be more profitable and take care of her kids. And so we figured, we believe in Lupita's dream too. We also believe that she can be profitable and provide for her kids from home. And we really care about her. We really want to see her thrive. We can really see how Mexico can be a thriving economy, a more equal place, and a better place to live if Lupita and her kids can do well there. So what did we start doing? So if we care about her, if we want to see her succeed, we can be her customers. So what are the things that we need that she could manufacture for us at home, from her place? What are the little presents that we could give her, that she could make for us, that we can give away to all our networks and friends as a thank you, as an appreciation note to all the support that we get on a daily basis? And so we started doing that. And it was an amazing experience. We didn't feel very small anymore. We didn't feel like Mexico was a place that could never change, that there was nothing that we could do in order to improve the country. And so we started training Lupita to produce all these beautiful products that we believe that could be sold, that we believe we needed and that we'd love to buy. And so what happened, we've trained 3,000 families, 3,000 Lupitas over the past 3 years. And we started engaging our friends and corporations that were conscious, that really wanted to see Lupita thrive. And so over the past 3 years, we've been able to engage 150 different corporations, small, big ones. Of course, Ashoka has helped us a lot, not only by training us and helping us improve the business model, but they also buy the products from Lupita. At their events, for instance, the giveaways are Lupita's products. And we also organize their big committee sessions where we look into her products and we figure, how can we improve them? What are the other things that she could be doing? And so you can't imagine what a great sense of accomplishment it was for us to be able to see all our efforts translated into a very concrete thing. These are the products that I'm sure we've all seen that Lupita was doing before we met her. These are the products that we have been able to help Lupita develop. These are the things that we believe modern consumers, conscious consumers, like you all, or myself, or the Prospera team, want and need and would really use. But what if, as I said in the video, there are 35 million people like Lupita that can't find a job. 35 million people that would love to be able to start their own business from home. What if we could all help her? What if we could all become social designers or social architects and tell her what are the products that we need her to do for us? What if we could link her to, for instance, hotels, both in Mexico and in the US? What if next year, when we come to the forum, instead of finding products made by machines in China, probably, at the Ritz-Carlton, what if we can find all the amenities that were made by Lupita and communities all around Latin America? We believe that if we are able to work with the ABC Foundation network, by the end of 2014, we'll be able to be working with 10,000 Lupitas. And we'll be able to develop a very solid offer of corporate giveaways. We believe that in 3 years, we'll be able to train Lupita to become a supplier and a vendor for sustainable hotels in Mexico. And we believe that in 5 years, if we are all able to work with her and train her, Mexico can become a real player in the sustainable industry in the US. We're not participating right now, but we could. We just need to get the training that's required. This is what we think we can accomplish a year from now, if we get your help. And last but not least, I'd like to share the biggest lesson I've learned over the past 3 years doing this job. You can't never feel small. We can always change our reality. And the single most important thing you can do in order to change the world is empower its women. They will just take care of the rest. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gabriela. You bring about economic change, obviously, by incorporating these women into the economy. But do you think there's also a cultural component to what you do, changing the perception of this cultural perception of women in Mexico?
Definitely. There's a two-way change in the culture. Number one is for us as citizens to become aware of our power as consumers. We can also be engaged in citizenship by deciding what we buy and what we don't buy. But also, it's not just looking. I don't know how many Mexicans are here. I mean, I'm sure you're all familiar with Gansito. Gansito has never changed, right? How can we have new products? By interacting with the producers. So we can engage in developing new products from other sources and giving others opportunities. And then if we do that, we can also engage people that are trying to have a voice in the market that are currently not having it. Like these women.
Thank you so much. Congratulations, Gabriela.
Thank you.
Gabriela Enrigue.
Thank you.